Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube, and as you can see by the title, today's video is going to be a full day of eating 8.5 weeks out from my first show. It's not a high day or anything, it's just a normal training day. I have upper today, so I'm just going to run you through what I eat in a bodybuilding prep 8.5 weeks out on a standard baseline training day. So to start the morning, staples, so my hydration formula and creatine. Going to make my little blend of the two here, so I just put a scoop of both in a glass or a bottle of water. I've opted for a bottle this morning, just because you can give it a nice little shake, and that's a bit more fun than having to stir a glass with like a knife or something. So gonna make this and then drink that, and then I will run you through meal one. Right, that's all mixed. I'm gonna get some ice to put in with it. So this is only 500 ml of liquid. I tend to like to get a full litre in first thing in the morning, just because you would have been sleeping for like 6 to 8 hours with no fluid at all. So just getting a litre in off rip, preferably with some form of electrolyte blend, is going to be ideal just to actually properly hydrate yourself first thing in the morning. So I have this obviously in the bottle, and then I'll just have another 500 ml of just straight water. Right, my friends and family, it is time for meal one, which is 200 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, 40 grams of Perform Whey. We are going for the red velvet cake today. 10 grams of sweet and salty smooth peanut butter, and 150 grams of frozen berries. I will put the macros on the screen somewhere, maybe to the left of me, maybe to the right of me, but they'll be on the screen somewhere. Here we are. Here is the meal. So again, like I said, 200 grams of yogurt, 40 grams of red velvet whey mixed in, 150 grams of mixed berries, 10 grams of smooth, sweet and salty peanut butter, and we have some pink Himalayan salt on top, which you might think sounds crazy, but I'm at that point of the prep now where salt just tastes good with everything. So here is the meal. A little close up. Gonna scrounge this now, and then I will meet you guys at meal two. Right chaps, we are back, and it is time for meal two, which is going to be pre. It's quite a boring meal to cook, so I'm not gonna like time lapse me cooking it or anything. It's 100 grams of rice, 2 crumpets, beef mince, obviously with the rice, and then some honey and some dark chocolate. I'm undecided yet if I'm going to do 2 crumpets or 1 bagel, because I kind of chop and change depending on how I feel, because the macros are pretty much the same. But yeah, that's going to be the meal. Again, because I'm cooking the rice on the hob, you kind of just have to leave it there for like 15 minutes. So I'm not just going to time lapse me staring at a hob, because that's not entertaining. Going to cook that now. Obviously, I'll show you the meal when it's done. And if I didn't mention, this is the pre-workout meal before we go and train upper. I'm going to train in Planet Fitness up in Tredegar, so it's about a 45-minute drive. So I'm literally going to eat it just before I leave. I'm also going to prep my post-workout meal, so that is ready to eat as soon as I finish my session. Because I don't really want to finish my session, then have to pose, so do 2 rounds of posing after my session, which takes like 15 minutes, and then drive home and then cook, because then that will be like an hour and a half after the session until I'm getting my post-workout carbs and my protein source. So going to cook pre and post now. Post is obviously going to get put in a Tupperware. Pre I will eat in the house. But yeah, time to get started, and I will see you when I'm eating pre, so I can show you the meal, and go over the macros. Here we are, part one of pre is all cooked. As you can see, 100 grams of jasmine rice and 175 grams of beef mince. And we just have 10 grams of no added sugar and salt ketchup with that, and about a gram of pink Himalayan salt. I'll be honest, I didn't weigh out the salt, I just put it on like that. So this is part one. So that there you see a bit of food porn for you. I'm gonna scrounge this now, make part two, and then I will show you part two. Post-workout has been made. Look how fucking delicious that looks. I'm gonna touch on this more when I actually eat it, which will be post-workout, but pre-workout meal is almost finished. We are back for part two of the pre-workout meal. So I did opt for a bagel in the end. So the first part is 80 grams worth of carbs, which means I have 64 grams of carbs left to play with. I do typically opt for a bagel. So what I'm gonna do, bagel is 40 grams. So that takes us to 24 grams left. So what I'm gonna do bagel with some honey on each one and 20 grams of dark chocolate melted on top. That's gonna take us to around 10 grams left, and the last 10 grams I'm gonna have is gonna be of mixed berries. So that gives us a really nice combination of glucose, fructose, and sucrose. I'm gonna drizzle the honey on now, and then I'll show you when it's done. So we got the bagel, 20 grams of dark chocolate, 14 grams of honey, 200 grams of berries. Lovely. Oi, oi, lads and ladies. Session is done. Whoa, literally just got in the car now. Whoa. And here is the post-workout meal. I've already shown you it, but it is 80 grams of oats. Oh, let's see if I can. Come on then. 80 grams of oats. Sorry about this little spot I've got on my head. 80 grams of oats. It is 45 grams of sweet and salty popcorn whey. 175 grams of berries. And that's it. Bon appetit. I'm going to tuck in. Session was fantastic. Posing was fantastic. So, smiles all round. Going to eat this, drive home, and then I'll see you at meal 4. Right, ladies and gents, we are back from the gym. We've had our post-workout meal, as you saw. It's time for meal 4, which is the most boring meal of the day. It is literally just going to be 175 grams of beef mince, so half of the beef mince that I cooked earlier, which I'm going to microwave, and 200 grams of fruit. That is literally it. So yeah, very low carb, only getting 10 grams of carbs from fruit, and then you get the fat. You get around 8 grams of fat from the beef mince, and around like 40 grams of protein from the beef mince. Again, I will have the numbers up on the screen with the calories, but yeah, 175 grams of beef mince, 200 grams of fruit, and I will put probably 5 grams of no added sugar and salt ketchup on top of the beef mince. And that is all. So this one's not that exciting to show you. I'm going to show it to you anyway, but it's literally just a bowl of mince and a bowl of fruit. So yeah, trenches, bro, trenches. This is meal 4. The time is 4:30, and then at around 7:30 I will have meal 5. Normally I have my meal 5 at around 8ish, but I'm going to bed very early tonight as I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning. So I'm moving that meal time back a little bit so it has some time to digest before I then go to bed. But this is in the microwave now. I'm going to chef it all together. It's not really much to chef, but I'll put it in a bowl and show you the meal when it's done. Wow. Fascinating. What a appetizing meal this is. Wow. Right guys, it is time for meal 5. The time is 7:20. By the time I've made it, it'll be around 7:30. So I'll consume it then, and then I'm actually looking to go to bed at around 8:30, 9 latest really. So I can have enough sleep that when I wake up at 4 AM in the morning, I don't feel like I've been hit by a truck. I've been umming and ahhing what I'm going to have for this final meal, because it's around 40 carb, 8 fat, and like 45 protein. And initially I was going to go for a bagel, a cinnamon bagel, cinnamon and raisin bagel with sweet and salty whey paste on top. And then I was like, oh, should I do 2 crumpets with, again, sweet and salty paste on top? And then I remembered I've got sourdough bread, which is unreal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toast this sourdough bread with the whey on top and some pink Himalayan salt. I don't want to do this movement, but you know what I mean. Grind it on top, that's the word I was looking for. So, gonna crack on and do that now. Gonna air fry the sourdough for a little bit, just to crisp it up a little bit. Make the whey paste, and voila. Very simple, very quick, very easy, and hopefully very tasty. Take a look at that. Absolutely scrumptious. Cannot wait to tuck in. So I'm going to tuck in. Macros will be on screen at some point, somewhere. So that is a 4 day of eating, 2.6 thousand calories on a trading day in prep. I'm gonna shut up and tuck into this. If you like the video, then leave a like, subscribe. Thank you for 100 subscribers. And I will see you all in the next video, which is going to be a banger, by the way. Absolute banger.